Alright, what's up guys? So I haven't really done a tutorial video in like a hot minute, and so I figured I'd kind of do one for you guys today. Today's trick that I had in mind that I really wanted to do was a kickflip tutorial for you guys. I figured I'd kind of do this trick tip for you guys because I've been putting it off to the side for a while now, and I figured I would kind of just do it now and get it out of the way. And it's something that, you know, like I said, I've just been putting it off to the side and I kind of just want to get it done. Kickflips were actually the very first flip trick that I learned, and you know, that may be the case for most of you who are watching this video. Some people actually learn other flip tricks like heel flips first, and surprisingly, some people do learn varial flips first before kick flips and other flip trick variations. For me, I learned kick flip first, so I figured I'd do a tutorial on that and teach you guys how to do them because it's a really fun trick. It's one of my favorite tricks to do. I still do them all the darn time to this day. I think any skater who knows how to kickflip will always be doing a kickflip no matter what. So I figured I would make a tutorial on it. I'm not going to do it inside though. I'm going to do it outside because it's better outside. I'm going to go over the foot placement. I'll even show you a clip of me doing it and some like the problems that you might run into when learning this trick, and like some tips on how to kind of like, you know, learn the trick as you are kind of teaching yourself how to do it throughout the whole way. So let's get to it. But first, here's the clip of me doing a kickflip. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in like different angles or different shots. You might only get like one shot of me doing it, but it's whatever. But anyways, here it is. So I'm just gonna show you guys my foot placement on how I do this trick. So basically I have my front foot just about right underneath those bolts at an angle like that. Some people can kick up with their foot the whole way at an angle. You can if you want to, but when you're first starting, I kind of just have it like this really when you're first starting, so it's easier to flick, because when you flick, that's what makes the board flip underneath you. So front foot's about right there. My back foot is just right on the tail. You can put it on the tip of the tail or anywhere that's comfortable for you. And basically it's just the same motion as an ollie. You're gonna pop it down, and then instead of sliding your foot up and, you know, straight up and on the board, you're actually gonna kick out to the side right there. You can see my flick marks right there. You're gonna slide your foot and flick off to the side, and that's what's basically gonna cause the whole flipping rotation. Except I know when I made it flip, I used, you know, the back of the tail. I kind of pressure flipped it. That's a whole different trick, but to make the board flip for this one, you have to pop your tail down, and then you're gonna slide and you're gonna flick right out, and it will cause your board to flip. And then you're gonna catch it with your back foot, and then you stomp it, and then you land it. That's basically all that this trick really is. Alright, so some of the common problems that you're gonna run into when you're learning this trick is, number one, you're gonna probably not be making the full rotation in terms of like your board flipping. You might only flip it 180 degrees and you're gonna land on the board upside down. Like, that basically just means you're not flicking hard enough, or you're missing the flick, which is like two common things that happen when you're first learning the trick. Another problem that you could run into is that it could be over rotating, meaning it's flipping too much, which kind of just means you're flicking a little too hard, which means that you just haven't really found that sweet spot on how hard you need to flick and how hard you shouldn't flick. Just keep messing around with it and you will find what works for you and how hard you need to flick. And the third problem that you're probably going to run into is you're going to be landing primo occasionally, which is basically you landing sideways on the board. It doesn't really hurt too bad if you do fall from doing that, but it does hurt your feet a lot. But landing primo does suck, but it is going to happen, and you're just going to have to suck it up and deal with it. I've done it many times, never gotten seriously hurt from it, but it does happen. Even though I've been doing this trick for a very long time, I still tend to land primo occasionally, but it does hurt the heck out of your feet. But that's just like one of the common problems that you're going to run into, but it may not happen to you, but those are just kind of the things that you might get into. So my suggestion for you guys when you guys are learning and practicing this trick is you want to practice getting the flick down and knowing how hard you have to flick and how hard you shouldn't flick, because it's different for everybody. So what I would do is do the trick, but instead of landing with both feet, just land only with your front foot on and take your back foot off. This will kind of just help you know how hard you have to flick and how hard you shouldn't flick. And the second that you get them really consistent, you can start trying to land it with both feet. I don't recommend, however, doing the trick and landing with your back foot and taking your front foot off, because The thing that happens with that is that a lot of people tend to flick downwards, which is what you don't want to do, because you actually want to flick your foot up. That way you're actually on top of the board when you do try to land with both feet. Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen people, they would try to do the trick and leave one foot on. They leave their back foot on, but they're flicking their front foot down, which is not a good thing to get used to, because the second you start trying to land it with both feet are not really on top of the board, and it makes it a lot harder to land. It's not necessarily impossible to land them if you do flick down. It just makes the trick look weird, and it makes it a lot more difficult to do, and it definitely makes it a lot more difficult to land. So definitely just practice doing the trick, but taking your back foot off and leaving your front foot, which is your flicking foot, back on the board when you practice. And the second that you're consistent with making it flip all the way around without it over rotating or under rotating, start trying to land it with both feet on the board, and you should be able to have them right there. So that's really all I have for you guys today. I know this video is way shorter than usual, but it is just a quick tutorial video. I will be filming more of these tutorial videos very soon. Probably a little bit more simpler tricks like 180s and front shove-its, and maybe even heel flips, and I'll probably get to some more advanced tricks like vario flips, tray flips eventually. So just stay tuned for that. But that's really all I have for you guys today. If this video guys helped you out, and if you liked it, leave a like on it. And if you guys want to see more from me, you can always hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. That way you don't miss an upload, and that you're notified every time I do upload a new video. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys dug it. Go out there and skate if you can. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace. Missing someone with